There are aspects of adult male life that adult women and children do not experience to the same extent. 1. The key to our victory. There is no cost that is too great to pay in order to achieve success as a man, because failure is the same as death on all levels: emotionally, spiritually, metaphysically, and reproductively. You are a successful object. Never forget it. Recognize that you have no control over the situation because nature has predetermined it. Men are loved on the condition that they are successful, whereas women and children are loved regardless of their achievements. If you are a man who is unsuccessful, nobody will care if you live or die. This is especially true if you are a man. In a general sense, success is assessed in terms of material wealth, such as money, power, and position. There are many women who make the decision to work toward achieving their goals. There is no other option for men. 2. Pareto distribution. You will find that success is distributed in a Pareto fashion among men. A minority of men are winners and live near the top of the macro dominance hierarchy, while a majority of men are losers and live near the bottom of the macro dominance hierarchy, where they are relatively poor, have low status, and have no power. You have an extremely little chance of succeeding, but if by some miracle you do, the payout will be substantial in comparison to the statistical odds of your failing. Your life is, in many ways, a drawn-out version of the television show The Hunger Games. Do you ever have the impression that the gods are laughing at you and putting bets on how long it will take for you to understand that you're destined to fail? If so, this is not a good feeling to have. This is a sensation that men who dwell toward the bottom of dominance hierarchies experience every single minute of their lives. 3. Expendable. Your life is not worth protecting because you are an adult male. The lives of females are essential to the process of reproduction, whereas the lives of males can be discarded without affecting the process. If you are suffering for whatever reason, regardless of whether or not you are successful, you will receive significantly less compassion and support than a woman or child would, and this will be the case regardless of whether or not you are successful. It's in a woman's nature to watch out for the welfare of her offspring. It's hardwired into a man's psyche to look out for his family, especially his offspring. Nobody has a natural inclination to look out for men's safety. So if you are a male, you have to watch out for yourself, since no one else will come to your rescue. When you reach a certain point in your life, most likely around the age of 16, people will stop referring to you as a boy and start referring to you as a man. This transition can be a difficult one. When you were a boy, your life was seen as important, but when you are a man, your life is seen as expendable. This shift can be rather traumatic because of this difference in perspective. 4. Zero-sum. One may only be regarded as successful in comparison to other men if he achieves more success than they do. This is because success is an inherently zero-sum game. A billionaire has great status because the majority of men do not have a net worth of $1 billion. Yet, if we were to construct a society in which everyone was a billionaire would only have a status equivalent to that of an average person. When it comes to achieving success, other men are not your allies. Rather, they are your opponents and competition. There are some people who will assert that they do not care about their relative amount of wealth, position, or power. Rather, they will assert that the only thing that matters to them is their absolute degree of riches. They are deceiving everyone, but especially themselves. Regardless of whether you admit it or not, you care a great deal about where you stand in comparison to others. Your brain contains a counter that keeps track of your relative rank in the hierarchy in which you are now living. The human species developed the ability to count before it had the ability to breathe. Therefore, keeping track of your current status comes more naturally to your mind than breathing does. Your life will be a never-ending battle, whether you win or lose. If you are of low status, you will be tormented on a spiritual level by your defeat. And if you are of great status, you will be forced to wage a never-ending battle to retain your place. The struggle for social standing will persist right up until the moment of death. Until then, compete well in order to have a good life. 5. The competition for status within capitalism. One of the benefits of capitalism that is often overlooked is the fact that it provides men with a setting in which they can strive for power and status in a way that is constructive rather than harmful. For the vast majority of human history, men competed with one another for status through the battle. The victor was the guy who was most skilled at taking lives. A system of governance that is based on competition in which the person who is able to amass the most wealth emerges victorious is without a doubt superior to one that is based on perpetual warfare. In summary, if you are a man, you should never try to garner compassion for yourself. It is highly improbable that you will receive assistance. In fact, it is far more likely that you will receive derision. Weak women and children are given assistance, but weak males are looked down upon and mocked. If you are a male and you are the recipient of any kind of generosity, you should be eternally thankful to the person who helped you, since people who are willing to help those in need are extremely uncommon.